My name is Joseph Darling. This is the Men of High Value channel. Today we're going to talk about romantic relationships and how they derail you from achieving massive success. I'm not talking to those who are already married, because for those family men, stick to it, make it work, and it can only improve from here together with this channel and what we're going to share with you over time. However, most of you who watch my channel are not in married relationships and are not committed hardcore for life with the person you're with or with the people you are casually seeing. So, why am I reminding you of this? Because I see so many of my viewers, so many of my clients, guys are not prioritizing the procrastination of women. Today I'm going to focus on the business aspect of things and you becoming the businessman that you want to become and creating the foundation for your financial future. Okay, so let's start with that. Let's focus on that. First of all, you got to realize that creating businesses, creating a business for that matter, is all about solving a problem. Right? Keep it simple. What you want to do is you want to solve a lot of people's problems. If you solve only one person's problems, he is willing to pay you. You've received a payment from one person. But in order for you to be rich, in order for you to have passive income, in order for you to actually succeed on a massive grand scale, which was what this channel is about, you've got to serve people continuously and create systems that can be scaled so that you can serve thousands of people, 10,000s of people, all at the same time, who all have what? A problem. They have problems, and the more problems people have, the more opportunity for cash flow there is. And the better you are at solving people's problems, the better you'll be paid. The bigger and more difficult those problems are that people have, the bigger the paycheck. So understand that if we know that this is the case, think about it. You have your clients, the 8 billion people almost who are on planet Earth, who all have problems, meaning there's a lot of opportunity. And then you've got you. You've got tons of problems. And you have to admit that to yourself. Because if you didn't have a lot of problems, then becoming rich would be easy. In fact, the hardest part of becoming rich is not solving other people's problems. That's quite easy. It's figuring out your own problems. Okay, figuring out what happened in your childhood, figuring out the traumas that you've had, figuring out all the things that have been happening to you and are still happening to you, figuring out your health, figuring out your daily schedule, your consistency, figuring out your cash flow, because you need to live somehow while you build the business. Figuring out all of this stuff takes effort, dedication, time, and focus. But then you've got this thing going on in the background, and guess what that is? It's your reproductive system. The reproductive system that produces seed on a continual basis again and again and again, and reminding you, I need release, I need release, I need release. And then you're basically looking at women all day long, or thinking about, oh, how can I get this girlfriend? Or how can I sex with this woman? This is what's going on in a lot of guys' brains, especially those who have been raised pretty much being feminine their entire lives. The more masculine you are, the less you relate to the things that I'm talking to you right now, because for you it's like, yeah, I have sex every week. It's not a big deal. Right? So, but a lot of other guys who are involuntary celibate and all that stuff are still thinking about girls when they should be procrastinating that as much as possible. And for those masculine guys, oh my gosh, imagine the potential that you've got if you manage to procrastinate girls completely right now and focus on your dreams and goals instead. You can explode this whole thing. Well, let me tell you one secret about women that's not a secret, is that women have a lot of problems. Most of those problems are emotional problems. Just like you struggling to build a business, struggling to make ends meet, struggling to fix yourself is emotional problems, right? You've got emotional needs that have not been handled in your past that you need to fix right now. Guess what? Women have a lot of emotional problems, baggage, emotional needs that need to be solved right now. Or else you won't be able to have sex on a continuous basis. Or else you won't be able to have, or this gonna happen, or that's gonna happen. Or you've got to find another girl because this one is too difficult. And then you move on. This is what I'm talking about. Women's problems. You are way better off practicing seed retention for 90 days, get over yourself and your need for release, I need release, and then procrastinating the romantic relationships with women completely until you've gotten to the point of $10,000 in passive income every single month after taxes. Once you've gotten to that point, you understand what business is all about. You understand what people are all about. You've established your foundation. You no longer have any emotional issues or problems from your past because you've solved them, because you took the steps that were necessary in order for you to build a business and solve other people's problems. You've proven yourself that you can make money and you can make passive income, create systems so that you're not even needed there anymore. That is the time that you should be considering, you know what, I want to get into the dating game. I want to be able to go in there, meet the girls that I want to meet, and then we'll take it from there. But you being poor, helpless, and desperate, studying in college or whatever it is that you're doing, it's not the time to be thinking about girls. I hope that you're not studying it in college, by the way, because that's a horrific waste of time and it's almost worse than girls. So what are the pros and cons when it comes to you achieving your dreams and goals as fast as possible? Think about a rocket ship. In order for it to launch into the stratosphere, the most intense moment of the entire journey that requires, I don't even know how much percentage of fuel is required, but I think it's 80% of the fuel is used on the launch, okay? Rather than in space where you're basically drifting towards your end destination. But when you need that speed to get through the stratosphere, that's when you need all of the fuel that you can get. And this is the point that I'm making right now about romantic relationships being in the way because you're not using the fuel that you've got to create that launch towards your career, towards your business foundation and your future. You're wasting it on women and romantic relationships. Okay, imagine if you could use that fuel right now at the time of your life where you've got the most energy to set up your financial future correctly. That's what I'm talking about. The pros in this regard, number one, is consistency. There is nothing more important in terms of business success than being consistent. And being consistent basically means that you're stable, that you follow one course until successful, right? That you basically do one small thing at a time, that you show up daily no matter how you feel. You just keep doing it, and you keep doing it, you keep doing it. It's boring, mundane, but that's how it's supposed to be, and you keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it. When you're involving romantic relationships in your life, you are setting yourself up for instability. You're setting yourself up for inconsistency because something happened in her schedule or something happened in the relationship, and she's emotionally up and down, so you're emotionally up and down. Because that's very often what happens. If you live together with the girl, if you've got a girlfriend, she's got her PMS, she's got her period, she's got her horny period, and things happen throughout the month that creates you into an unstable wreck as well. Because there's a Russian saying that the man is the head, but the woman is the neck, meaning she's the one who controls the head. This is so true in so many aspects. I've experienced this myself as I've basically worked in different industries, different things that I've done. I remember with my gym memberships that I used to sell when I was 22 years old, 23 years old. What I was told there in my sales training is that the most important thing to do if a couple came into the gym in order to create a gym membership for themselves was to focus on the woman, focus on her emotional needs and making this a fantastic experience for her. Why is that, may you ask? Is because she is always the decision maker. And we're talking about 90% of the time, the woman will be the decision maker in a purchase. Okay? What does that explain to you? It explains to you that if the woman is unstable, being the decision maker in the home, guess what? The man is gonna be unstable just as much as she is unstable. Does that make sense? That doesn't mean that, if she's stable, then he's stable, because it doesn't work like that. She's going to be unstable for the rest of her life. That's women. Just understand that, unless they're put into a correct system that one day I'll share with you. But for guys, without the romantic relationships, they have the capability of being stable. And that's what we're talking about here. Okay, so another aspect, number 2, is more discipline. Having simply more discipline in your life because you don't have any romantic relationships, it works like a charm, okay? When you've got a woman in your life, a romantic relationship, it is so easy to just you know what? I want to hang out with my girlfriend today. And she calls you on a daily basis. She's like, hey, do you want to come over and hang out? And you're just like, make sales calls where I get rejected all the time, or hang out with my hot girlfriend who wants to have sex with me. I wonder which one I want to do. And then you ruin your chances of success because you've involved a woman romantically in your life. The fact is, the hardest thing is to completely stay away from women romantically during this time of your life. That's the hardest thing there is. Once you've actually made a decision that no woman can enter into my life until I've achieved this certain monetary goal or financial goal or set up my financial foundation, then the decision is already made. You don't need to make the decision again every single time you meet a new girl, whether she's going to distract you or not. So that's basically another thing. The third thing is more focus, right? I've already mentioned it. Follow one course until successful. And one course is so easy when you're basically put your mind on a goal and you don't depart from it. Having a woman, a romantic relationship in your life at the same time as you're going towards that goal is gonna steer you away from that dream and goal if you let it. Okay? Women have the amazing capacity of distracting men, so much so that our success becomes not possible. So my main point with this video is to basically help you understand that you should procrastinate women as much as physically possible until you've established your financial foundation. You've chosen the life path that you want your life to look like. You've chosen your lifestyle. You've chosen your career path. You know who you are. You know what you want. And you've set a standard for yourself that this is my life. At that moment in time, I can promise you the best of the best honeys will make themselves available for you, and you will have no regrets from having postponed them for a small, certain, temporary period of time in order to achieve your dreams and goals. Practice seed retention, set up your foundation, and let's make it happen together. This is the Men of High Value channel. My name is Joseph Darling. I'll see you in the next video.